being in natural places, this type of thing. Once I started, doing that, and using different aspects of nature, like cold adaptation. It's a really powerful tool. Um, Sun gazing. You've seen me make lots of sun gazing videos. These types of things. So I really got into those things about 6 years ago, and then it kind of really just blew the lid off of a lot of things. I never really had done that before up until that point. And from there, I felt like I was cleaning my body back out. I was kind of I felt like it brought me back to who I really was again, or kind of who I really was, more of who I was than I was before that time. And at that point, like after that, I got intensely. When I do something, I go all in with it. I'm really I go strong, and I'm really dedicated. I go all in with something that I do, and that's what I did with that. So it was a really profound transformational experience when I did it. But because of that, because that's my character really. And at that time, I began shortly after that time, I began noticing that I was seeing, people differently, and I was absorbing people's energy differently. I was perceiving people's energy differently. Like, for example, I wasn't just reading people, like what they say something. I just take in the information, or they do something. I take in information. I hear them. I take in information. It became way deeper than that, where they didn't have to say anything. They could have their back turned to me, and I was feeling. I could feel. I had stronger feeling, and I could absorb and feel more than I had been able to do before. And it became very interesting to me, and I really began to focus on it because I began to see it. Just read a lot of people, and it was cool, but I doubted myself. I still thought this is don't be crazy. So I just kind of blew it off and let it go as just it's my mind playing tricks on me, and it feels good. Just enjoy it. So I didn't that happened, and I consider that psychic abilities awakening. But even now I think that's what it was. But at that time I was kind of like, nah, don't be crazy. And I'm still to the point where I'm not acknowledging these things. And like a year later, I'm in a relationship, and this awakening really really just made me see a lot of things. Some things I didn't want to see, and it made me see. I ended up leaving the relationship because I felt like it wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for her. And I immediately got into another relationship, and the next relationship I got into, it was interesting. I had lots of fun. It was romantic. It was a good time. It was really beautiful, and it was really good. I really loved how things were happening at that time. I didn't want to let it go. But I guess this is where my first acknowledgement of psychic awareness, where I actually believed it and I actually acted on it, took place. Actually, I don't feel that I acted on it. I feel like it acted on me. It was so strong that I no longer could ignore it anymore. And at that time, I began to have these feelings inside while I'm with the girlfriend. I began having just like these crazy feelings, and it would get me to say things that were not me, or do things that were not me. Just really act way out of my character. And I began questioning and worrying about my own behavior, because my behavior was a reaction to those really intense feelings that were coming inside of me. I felt like some other energy was channeling through me. I just totally did not feel like it was myself. And of course, I'm also concerned about the girlfriend, how I'm perceived, and she doesn't think I'm crazy, or develop a negative impression of me. So I'm concerned about that. And this kind of went on, and it didn't really slow down much. And I guess not too much longer after that, the relationship deteriorated partially for that reason. But I guess mostly for bigger reasons. And the following year, I decided to go on a spiritual trip or a getaway and see some different parts of the world and understand what being a person is all about, and just go see some different people, some different walks of life. And I did this in 2018, and for me, I'm March 2nd, 1981, 3-2, so March 2nd, 3-2, and the year was 2018. You add those numbers together, it's a 7. So based on numerology, I was in a year 7 for me. That was a 7 year for me. And a 7 year is an adventurous time. A seven year is when you're tired of listening and you want to really find out for yourself. You want to put all the theories into action and really find out and break ground that way and find out what is and what really isn't. And it's a really adventurous time. It's one of those times where you start living out the stories in the books. You start being the topic of the stories that are in the books that you read about. You begin to make your own adventures, your own experiences. So that year 7, it lived up to that based on numerology. I had that type of year, and I call the year 7 for me a very psychic, a very spiritually awakening year. And the reason why is because I had some super profound experiences that really convinced me to stop questioning my sanity and questioning my belief and my feelings that are inside of me just because they don't match what everyone else portrays to be normal. But I guess I'll talk about a couple of those experiences that I had. Really, some were really crazy for me, and some were really traumatic for me. But nevertheless, they were intense psychic experiences. I feel that I learned from them, and I guess I'm happy to have had them. And they really opened my eyes to a lot of things. The first experience that I had, and I guess it will be the second experience that I had where I acknowledge psychic energy being real, and you being able to pick up things that are way beyond what you're expected to be able to pick up. The first situation that happened in that year that that really made me question everything was I went to a new country. One situation, I went to a new country, and while in this country, I went to this area. I don't know the country, so I don't know what's the best place to be or the worst place to be. But I'm in this area, and I feel safe. I feel normal. I feel like nothing out of the ordinary is going to happen. But while I was there, while I was kind of just around, I got this intense feeling inside of me of like fear, and it wasn't just you're scared for a minute and your gut, like a gut instinct thing. It was like literal like fear, like the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and it felt like you ever been in front of a huge stereo speaker and the noise goes through your body. It was that type of fear. I was feeling that energy from and again, I'm questioning myself. I'm like, nah, I'm crazy. Just be cool. Ignore those feelings. They don't mean anything. And what happened next? I'm not gonna tell the story, go into detail about it too much because it's really personal, and it was at the time quite scary. A little bit later, I realized and I found out, why I felt that way. And the reason why I realized I felt that way is that those feelings were not mine. They were actually someone else. And the reason why I know they were someone else is because that person that was near me did some really crazy outlandish things. Some really crazy things. I said outlandish, but something that that I really didn't like too much. And I realized that in order for that person to have done that, leading up to that, those feelings belong to that person. I had no idea this person was gonna that's where those feelings were coming from. And there was no other reason. There was nothing around me to trigger or give me hints that would happen. And I realized that those were my feelings. And then what this situation made me just think about my past and like other situations that have happened where it was similar, where I felt something, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't act on it. And and when I say felt something, like I felt someone's fear, I felt someone's nervousness, I felt like a feeling, and I'm like, this ain't my feeling. This don't belong to me, and I begin to think back on past situations, things that happened to me, and most of these situations are with significant others, family, people that are close to you, because the people that are most likely to do something to you are people that are close to you, because those are people that have the opportunity. I'm not saying that people close to you are bad. It's just the people close to you have the opportunities to do something that's questionable. Someone that's never around you doesn't have those opportunities, no matter how much they dislike you. And that was a huge awakening for me, and it really made me stop questioning how I feel inside. It made me really start believing myself and stop doubting myself. And the next situation that happened, not that far away from that point, maybe a month or so later, is that a couple of months later, I decided to cut my trip short and go back to work, but not work in the country I was in. I decided to work in a country near where I was at because I liked the weather, I liked where I was at. So I decided to just kind of stay there and relax. And when I went to the job was a good gig. It was everything was on the up and up. Everything was cool. It was I guess all I could hope for. And when I got to the job, I feel hypersensitive about everything because of the experience I had, and also at the time period. Now I'm just realizing I'm hypersensitive. I don't what's going on here. Maybe the 7th year. I don't know. And at the job, I'm at the job for about 2 months, and I decide that I can't stay. I can't continue the job, and it's way out of my character to just quit a job. But I quit. A string of things happen, and I end up quitting the job. And even my boss, told me you're too sensitive. What are you doing, this and that. But I decided to follow my instincts and listen to myself for once, and that's what I did. And even to this day, I'm still kind of wondering if I regret doing that or not. But I listened to myself, and by listening to myself, it put me in a situation where I'm not working now, and I have to wait maybe a couple of months before I can work again. And I have free time on my hands, so for the next few days, I'm waking up. I have free time. I have free mind to think, and I'm thinking I'm just going to, just be out, do natural stuff and meditation and just really body and mind cleansing stuff. And I tried to do that, but while I tried to do that, and like from the point where I wake up all the way to the point where I go to sleep, I got these intense feelings. I felt sick, not like physically sick, like spiritually sick. Like I was getting like these so the sickness went on for a few days before I realized that it wasn't going away, or it was gonna just linger. And at this point, I could no longer take it, because it was from the time I woke up until the time I went to bed, all day was constant feelings moving through me. And when I say feelings, I'm talking like some of the feelings were like the worst feelings that you could get. And there were no reasons for me to get these feelings. It was kind of like a toilet flushed, in my body, and all of the waste was coming through me. And I was as it was going through me, I was feeling it. When I say waste, I'm speaking about it spiritually. It wasn't even, it wasn't psychological, it wasn't biological, but the having experiencing it, and the feeling of it moving through me, it made me feel physically sick. So it was really a crazy time. I have no idea what's going on with me, and at this point I'm really questioning my sanity, and I'm like, wow, how can, I never knew you can have like an experience like this. And my body was not my body at this time. It was kind of just like a vessel, just waste moving through it at this time. And at that point, like I experienced this for like this went on for a week. Actually went on for about 2 months. But after like a week of dealing with this, now I'm drinking to mask the pain. Drinking all through the day. Like I'm not working now. I have the free time, so I have no reason to not drink or not do something to mask my pain. So every chance I got, I masked the pain. Whenever my head was clearing, I drank more, and this went on like daily, and this went on for a couple of weeks. And in order to drink more, I began smoking cigarettes to help me drink more. And I just felt that I had to do it. Like I don't now, like you would look at as a person who smokes or has a vice, drinking or whatever, as a weak person. I can assure you, I had very little control over getting a handle on what was going on. I had to do something, and that's what I chose to do. That's what I chose to do, and this kept going on for like a month. Just imagine, this just like this purging, and just like this trash going through me for like over a month. And after like 2 months, after like almost 2 months, I'm a mess. And I get in touch with one of my friends, and she was an angel at the time. Really important, key clutch person at the time for me. And she talked to me for a couple of hours every day to help me get my mind back, to guide me back to myself, or close enough to myself where I could function and be okay again. And I consider myself a really strong person in regards to being able to be independent and take care of myself and things like this. At that time, lost control. And I realized at that time, and I thought back on times where I thought another person was like, just you just weak, or you just crazy, and that type of thing. And then I realized I'm at a point where I did not have control, even though it logically it seemed like I did have the control. I felt possessed at that time. And after I eventually I went to go stay and be near, close to the person that helped me out, and just hang out, and kind of be social, be around someone, and just be human, be normal, and forget about those things. And eventually I came back to a point where I was okay enough to manage on my own, be back to myself. And all of that happened, to me, that was a psychic situation. Those were not my feelings. I was like a vessel, a door, a purge. Maybe it was something that I did in the past. I have no idea. Whatever was happening, I'm not aware of what the reason was. But it's really intense. And that situation, especially because it happened for such a long period of time and so intensely, I at that point I never questioned this type of thing again. When I have a feeling now, I listen to it and I try to find out what it means. And I'm calling this video a psychic video, and I'm calling this psychic. A lot of these psychic ideals it's along a spectrum. It's a blanket term. It's a bunch of different things, but I'm telling you about my things, of course. And I just want to make the video to for you out there. Maybe you've had a similar experience or an experience that parallels my experience, and you kept quiet about it or you did nothing about it. And I guess I'll end the video by saying this: if you never have seen something before, and for the first time in your life you see it or you experience it, you're gonna think it's not real. If you've never seen it before, you have no frame of reference, you're gonna think it's not real. But if you've been studying it, you've been learning about it, you've been training for it, you kind of know about it. When it happens, you're gonna deal with it accordingly, and you're gonna approach it like it's real, and you're likely gonna fix it way earlier, way sooner than something that you were never prepared for. So I guess don't write off these types of things. Keep an open mind on them, and be ready, because this I feel this world is way more supernatural than natural. So that's the end of my video. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. You take care of yourself. I wish everyone just the greatest of abundance and luck in life. And again, I love you all. Bye.